chaotic, and it has changed my life. I'm a fan of his ever since. I love this collection. Of his most legendary supermodels and more. The four queens of the runway. Fashion, New York Fashion Week is right around the corner. Librarian tonight, and that's because I came to read a bitch. Jaja's Atelier, bitch. Welcome back, y'all, to a brand new episode of Jaja's Atelier. It's your girl. I told y'all I'll be back in a few days. I'm trying to stay consistent. Ooh, this lisp, honey. I promise y'all when I get my first 500,000, I'm getting these teeth fixed, okay? Amongst a host of other things. Listen, before I get the show started today, I want to say welcome. We have a couple of new subscribers. Listen, I said a prayer before the last episode because, the last few episodes, because I haven't been so consistent, the numbers had started dropping and up and down and up and down. So I was like, please let this episode do well. Lord, please. And honey, I think I've surpassed 300 views. I have gained 8 new beautiful subscribers. Again, welcome to the newbies. And a lot of likes, almost 1,000 views on the Marjorie Taylor Greene clip. So thank y'all so much. Now we about to get into some real shit over here. I hope everybody had a great holiday. I see a lot of people were out there boycotting Black Friday. I am so proud of y'all. Even I didn't know that Home Depot had some kind of alleged underhand deal or goings-on dealings with the ICE agents. So I saw the carolers going in. I'm not going to play the video because it's music on it, but I saw the carolers going in and boycotting. So listen, we got to stand up for what's right, but we're going to get to some politics in a minute. So listen, today is the British Fashion Awards, which I kind of completely forgot about, but we've been talking about kind of pulling back, a little bit because there's a whole lot of stuff going on within the fashion industry right now, and it's getting really political. And so, people are picking sides. So I've said we're going to pull back. So I haven't really been paying attention to Vogue's, Instagram and social media and stuff. I told you guys I don't have my Vogue magazine subscription anymore. So I've been really kicking it with like Dazed Fashion and stuff like that. But so we have to give a huge shout out to our beautiful model of the year, Anuk Ye, looking stunning in custom Delara Fendikoglu. She's like the hottest designer out right now. I mean, she's really one of the only ones that's really giving it, honey. They're comparing her to Alexander McQueen, which is a big deal. So congratulations to Anuk Ye. A lot of controversy when the British Fashion Awards rolled around last year because everybody thought it was going to go to Anuk, but it ended up going to Alex Consani, who also made history as the first transgender or trans woman model to win the award. And now this year we're making history again. Both are part of marginalized groups of people. So either way it goes, this is huge. It's huge congratulations to Anuk Ye. Nobody's quite working the runway out of the new generation of girls, because Naomi is still walking the runway, honey. So ain't nobody out walking Naomi. But this new generation of girls, nobody is doing it like Anuk Ye. Nobody. So this is well deserved. She is on every runway, every fashion season, and every campaign, on every cover. She is the model of the moment and has been for years now. So huge congratulations to you. So another beautiful Black queen that I want to shout out. I don't know if you guys have heard about this young lady. She is I don't even know what genre of music to put her in, but her name is Kirby. And she has this, I had never heard of her until this new album that she currently has out called Miss America. And I saw her, I'm not sure if this is her first TV interview, but I saw her on Tamron Hall, and it just made me fall in love with her even more. She dropped out of college, lost her teenage sweetheart in a tragic car accident, who was also somebody who was also into music as well. And that just kind of catapulted her into taking life by the balls and doing what she wants to do. I never knew also that she's a famed songwriter. I thought this girl was just popping up on the scene. She's been around making YouTube videos of her music since 2012. She's a Mississippi native. She's written for Beyonce, Paul McCartney, Kanye West, and Rihanna for their hit 4-5 Ways from some Friday, something. I haven't heard it in a while. And she's also written for Brandy. In the interview with Tamron Hall, she attributes Brandy to giving her that push forward. She said she was in the studio writing for Brandy, and Brandy heard some of her music, and Brandy was like, girl, why the fuck aren't you out here in the forefront? And Brandy ended up reposting one of her original music, or her original songs, and boom, we have Kirby. She's been around for quite a while, but this album, y'all, it's called Miss America. If you have not heard it, you know, oftentimes on the show I talk about all the music is the same. Wet pussy, hard dick, I got money. Wet pussy, hard dick, I got money. You know, and the lyrics of this, she has, what's the one song? Nasty. Is you on our side or is you faking? Hey, come on now. Is you trying to leak our information? Yes, honey. If you have not heard, and I'm just gonna give you a little bit. But if you have not heard this album, I need y'all to listen to it. And it's really, you know, we've heard, you know, so many of our black icons like Nina Simone say things like, you know, art should really reflect the times. And for where we're at in the world right now, politically, socially, you know, tech-wise, this album will put you at ease. I'm telling y'all. So huge shout out to Kirby. I'm loving the album. And listen, girl, if you want to do a Zoom interview over here at the Atelier, you know, email the girl. Listen, I'm in a place where it's about to be 2026. I'm putting shit that I want in the atmosphere. Wouldn't y'all like a guest on Jaja's Atelier? I mean, come on. How iconic would that be? Anyway, so listen, I have to light a cigarette for this next story, honey. What in God's name is going on with Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande on this Wicked 2 tour? I mean, listen. A lot of people are making fun of Cynthia Erivo about it, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But nobody is saying anything about Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande is giving me, hi, I'm so glad to meet you. What the hell is going on? And for Cynthia's side, it's really giving me Cynthia knows something that the rest of the world doesn't know, and she's defending and holding her girl down. Now, I wish, if it's something going on with her medically, that is this, and if the way she's acting is a reflection on something that's happening medically, usually, you know, your personal business is your personal business. But when you're in the public eye, and you guys may disagree with me, I'm sorry, but when you're in the public eye and it's something affecting your health and it's painfully obvious that something's a little off, I think you should just address it, you know? And I mean, to each his own. You know, she probably doesn't want to do that. But something is off. Like, every time, she makes me, so it just drives me nuts, because it's like, girl, every time we see you, you're like a deer in fucking headlights. You know what I mean? And I'm not commenting on her looks, although they both have lost a substantial amount of weight, and I'm not body shaming, but both of them do look a little gaunt. Now, I did listen to one TikToker that was saying that also has done Broadway shows, and Wicked is, this movie Wicked is an adaptation of the Broadway play. And she was saying, when you do musicals like this, it drains you. And these girls shot these megawatt billion-dollar budget film, two of them back to back. So I could only imagine the toll it might have taken on their bodies and such. But honey, Ariana, what is going on? Is my wig on right? I've been using this new oil in my hair. Sidebar. I've been using this Jamaican castor oil in my hair. And honey, my hair is growing like a wild fucking weed. I want to perm it so bad and just kind of flatten it out a bit, but I've been natural for a while, so I'm trying not to. But honey, I need to be able to fit my wig, honey. It's giving cone head a little bit. I'm sorry. Anyway. So now, as for Cynthia Erivo's side, I thought we were protecting Black women. I thought we had to protect Black women. Are we on the air? So, listen, I'm not going to lie. Some of the videos that I came across about the whole Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande awkward exchange situation, they were hella funny. But they weren't disrespectful. They were just making fun of how the two of them interacted. Well, honey, a few of the Black TikTok girlies are not having it, honey. I saw some of the most disgusting, misogynist, transphobic, colorist. You see how those two things tie together there? Did you see that? You want me to say it again? Transphobic, colorist, nasty videos making fun of Cynthia Erivo and her looks. And I purposefully did not say anything about it. I just sat back and watched. Because I knew. When I saw that cartoon, I knew. Well, listen. I came across this tickety talker. Sometimes TikToks go over to Instagram. So I came across this tickety talker. And she had this to say. Take a look.
Maybe I'm that friend that's too woke, but I honestly do not find what's funny with all of these different memes and videos villainizing and making fun of Cynthia Erivo. Like, obviously, you guys know what happened in Singapore with the whole incident with the fan, but these videos that have come out of it, and mostly it's from men who are dressing up as Cynthia and like pretending, with everything that's going on. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I feel like there's a lot of underlying tones of racism in it, misogyny. Like, why is it always men? Why are you making her very masculine? Like, she's just as small as our. I mean, it's just, no matter back, like, it's just, I don't like it. Like, some of the videos are funny. Like this one behind me, this video was hilarious when they were like pretending to be Ariana and Cynthia, because the interviews are like that. But some of the ones that I'm seeing online, it's not right. I know, like, and the amount of likes and comments that are on these videos, I don't understand, because it really makes me uncomfortable. And again, maybe I'm sensitive or maybe I'm being too woke about it, but like, I don't think so. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about it too.
So she said, let her know what we think about it too. Well, here's what I think. I knew it was going to happen. When I saw her grab up Ariana Grande, they were already making fun of the two of them. But when I saw her protecting Ariana Grande when she got stormed by that fan, like the girl said in Singapore, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. And a lot of the videos poking fun at Cynthia Erivo's looks, the videos and the memes, were made by heterosexual Black men. What did Just Hilarious, aka Robert Townsend, say? Who's gonna protect us? And I went through the comments. I did a case study for y'all. I went through the comments, and the amount of women, the amount of women that were liking and kikiing and reposting, even a couple of people I know. You know, it's the hypocrisy for me. And this just goes to show that a lot of these women that stand up and talk about, I'm a woman, protect women, and it is all some bullshit that they use at their convenience. And that's why, like I said the last episode, I'm not arguing with these people anymore. They use these tropes, these victim tropes, and I'm not calling anybody a victim, but that is kind of like a victim trope when you're using it constantly for things that don't matter and things that aren't actually threatening your womanhood. And then when it's really time to step up and protect a woman, especially a black woman, everybody's laughing and king. Like, it's funny. It's not. Could you imagine how that makes that woman feel? And all she was doing was trying to protect her friend, even though her friend is a little strange. Because I'm not going to sit here and pretend like something ain't right with Ariana Grande. I just can't do it. Now, I'm not shaming her for it. I'm not accusing her of anything, crazy. I'm just saying it's a little strange. And it's been going on for quite a while now. But to degrade this woman like this, it just proves that a lot of these people that talk about, we got to protect the women and it's not right. And, it's a bunch of bullcrap. Because when it's actually time, again, to step up, everybody's laughing and joking. It's not funny. It's hurtful. Especially for another black woman to do it to her. It's like, damn, girl. It's a lot of Cynthia Eribos walking around here. So I don't know. It was a lot of Cynthia Eribos making fun in the comments. Projection much? Just because you don't think you're beautiful, don't project that on other people. Especially not in a public forum like, oh my God, Instagram and TikTok. Because you're pushing a narrative on yourself. Yeah, you're pushing it on Cynthia Erivo too, but you're also pushing it on yourself. Mother in my head, Miss T.S. Madison, always says transphobia affects all women. And it's not just the transphobia, it's the colorism, it's the misogyny. Like, God damn. This could easily be one of y'all men's sister, one of y'all men's aunts, one of y'all men's cousins, And you're going to get up and degrade her like this with everything else that's going on? You're a puss-ass bitch. Now, it's one thing to throw a little shade and poke a little fun at their interaction, but to talk about her looks, it's disgusting. Enough is enough of just the straight up meanness. It's just straight up mean-spirited, anything for a click and a view. It's not fucking funny. And it was a couple whites, red bellies. I had to get in the comments because you're not going to do that in front of me. I don't give a fuck if it's your page or not. You're talking about a black woman. You see how I stand in the gap right there? I just want the people to see. For those people out there that say, us as trans women, we hate natural born women. No, we don't. So a lot of times we stand in the gap. And I saw a lot of trans women and a lot of gay men standing in the gap for Cynthia Erivo. I can't say so much for a lot of the heterosexual cisgender side of the spectrum. Anyway, protect black women. So what are we talking about next? Oh, I have to light a cigarette on this. This hurt my heart, but I'm not surprised. Former Real Housewife of Atlanta star Kandi Burruss and her husband of 11 years, Todd Tucker, have called it quits. 11 years, two beautiful children, Ace and Blaze. We watched their whole relationship on TV. From him and the mom getting into it. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough to keep me off your ass, baby. Mama Joyce coming after him, calling him an opportunist. You know, the other housewives making their judgments and statements. To them getting married, arguing over a prenup, her through her pregnancy. I mean, them opening businesses together. We have seen Kandi's marriage and relationship to Todd from beginning to almost the end. Because you can't pay me to say that she didn't exit Housewives because this is what she was going to do. I saw this coming though. It's just something just didn't seem, it just seemed like they just weren't interested in each other anymore. And you know what? You know what I really think it was? If we're just sitting here gossiping, I really think it was, I think it was her boss assness, her boss bitch, aura. Kandi has a real boss bitch aura. And we watched her grow from her first season of Housewives to now. She went from, oh, that's the girl that wrote No Scrubs and the girl that used to sing and Escape to, oh, that's Kandi with the sex toy line and the Broadway play producer, darling. She's turned into a black female Andrew Lloyd Webber on our asses. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have watched that and slowly, and as I've watched her rise, I've watched him in the background cheering her on, but with a chip on his shoulder. And it's really sad to see because they are definitely, Atlanta royalty. They're a power couple. That's black love, honey. You want to see that go all the way through. This is really sad. But Kandi, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but damn, what a time to leave Housewives. Damn, that Kandi is smart. I would have left too. I'm going to be honest. Because these girls, this is a different group of housewives, honey. They done turned Real Housewives of Atlanta into Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, honey. Hell, they've got K. Michelle on there, and she's, she used to be on Love and Hip Hop. Even though I love me some K. Michelle, but honey, it's a little rough around the edges. But, I'm wishing you the best. She did post a video, and, she was posting a live on YouTube or Amazon. She has businesses on Amazon too, which, but, I'll forgive you. And, somebody asked her, I'm so sorry about your divorce. And she almost started breaking down crying. And she said, it's been coming for a long time. So this is shocking. I am so sorry. But you know what, Kandi? You on the market now. You looking better than ever. So, hey, you hop off one bus, you get on the next one. So sending my love to Kandi Burruss. Anyway. So, all right, before I get to that story, how much time do I have left? All right. So, I was scrolling on the internet and I came across this video featured on Gay Magazine's Instagram page. And it's a question that really had the internet all stirred up.
Okay, quick question for all my black queers. Would you rather be in an all-black, hetero-black space, all-black, hetero-black space, or all-queer white space? Which one would you feel safer in?
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? And I hate, I don't hate talking about these kind of social issues. It's one of the things I'm passionate about. But I know sometimes it might seem like I'm dwelling and dwelling and dwelling and dwelling and dwelling. But it's just the older I get, the more I see shit for what it is. And this is an outlet for me to talk about it. So let's talk about it. I said I would feel safer in the queer white space. Even though you might have to deal with racism and a little bit of shade. For the most part, even white heterosexual people, and not all, but the majority, they might give you if they clock it, and, they're going about their business. Whereas, there's a subculture of, there's a certain subculture of black folks who will be like, that's a man, you a faggot, you'll let, they do all of that. So on the white side, yeah, there's things over there, trust and believe. There's a lot of white queens and white trans that definitely are MAGA. Red belly melatonin MAGA. But then it's like the black side, you could be met with verbal aggression. You could be met with a tinge of physical aggression. It's the misgendering. It's the pushing the religion on me. It's it's a lot of things over there too. And you expect it from the other side. But it does a little something extra to you when it comes from your own. I don't know if a lot of the black people that display that kind of transphobia, homophobia, and that kind of stuff, I don't know if they realize that. It does a little something to you when it comes from your own, and it's just like, well, damn, I'd rather be over here anyway. And I hate to say it like that, but that's how it feels. And then I saw a lot of heterosexual black people responding to, and let me break it down. The majority of the gays and the lesbians was like, oh no, I'm all into the black space. But the majority of the trans women, they were more on, like, I'll go to the white queer space because I ain't even trying to deal with all of that. And that's not to bash, that's not, we're just talking. Because maybe the more we talk about it and the more we push and you realize that it's not what you're making it out to be, maybe then things will get better. But, there's a hierarchy. That's what I really started to notice. And it was like, It's everywhere. Every oppressed person, it's human nature to want to do it to somebody else. And it doesn't really have anything to do with color. It's just a circumstance. You see it even with white people. Within their own category all by themselves, you see it with them. It's like you have melatonin MAGA red bellies, and then you have just white people, good-hearted, regular, I just want equal rights for everybody and for everybody to mind their business and leave me the fuck alone ass white people who also get beat down by the melatonin MAGAs. And it's just like, it's a hierarchy everywhere. Even within the LGBTQ plus community, it's a hierarchy. Because ain't nothing going to spill your tea quicker than a butch queen. Let me just tell you. And then it's also the lack of accountability. A lot of the heterosexual black people were like, well, you ain't got to come over here. No way. You ain't doing us no favors. We don't want y'all over here. No way. And it's like, you're not even realizing what these people are saying. And a lot of the people weren't saying anything bad. They were just like, I would just rather go over here because it's a lot over here, basically. And you're not even hearing that. You're not even trying to hear it. Like, you're really gung-ho, like, I'm black, I'm not doing nothing wrong. No, you could be wrong too. You could be wrong too. So anyway, we're going to have to come to some kind of solution because we can't keep on going like this. Black folks, queer folks, white folks, Jewish folks, Hispanic folks. We're just going to have to do something else. Well, before I go quickly, guess which bed wench is in trouble again? So, real quick, Candace Owens had to pull her show because apparently she's facing assassination attempts. I wonder why. So here's what she said on X, formerly known as Twitter. Our show will be off the air this week. As an update, both the White House and our counterterrorism agencies have confirmed receipt of agencies have confirmed receipt of what I reported publicly. Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, attempted to organize my assassination per a source close to the first couple. Also, I will again state that the French legionnaires were involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination, but they did not act alone. For all of you who doubted my claims, you can now look at the President of the United States and our intelligence communities to issue a statement to confirm whether I am telling the truth. Candace Owens. Candace Cocker Spaniel Owens. Real quick, let me read you real quick and then I'm going to go. Girl, you brought all of this on yourself. Before you got up and started spewing all that MAGA shit and thinking you was one of them, did you forget to look in the mirror? Why are you telling us this? I'm not wishing death on you. I pray that you are safe, you and your family and your husband and your children. But, girl, what did you think was going to happen? Did you not see what they said about, what is that man's name? Not Walls. Is it Walls? That army, that veteran that works in Congress. I can't think of his name. Did you not see what they did to him? And he's a white man. It's just like, are you this aloof to your blackness? Are you this aloof to the lack of privilege that you have in this country as a black woman? You can't get up on the internet and say these things about these people and think ain't nobody gonna retaliate? And if you didn't know why the president of France is coming after Miss Candace Cocker Spaniel Bedwench Owens, it's because she has been running with this story about the first lady, his wife, for months about her being a trans woman, saying that she is a man. Even going as far as to saying that allegedly she is not only a man, but she is also the father of her husband. Just real Days of Our Lives dynasty type crazy shit. They have sued you. They have asked you to stop. They have sent you proof that she is not trans, and you are still doing this. Bitch, are you crazy? And then you get up on Elon Musk's internet and you're complaining? Who do you think is gonna give a good goddamn? Again, praying for your safety, girl, but you're gonna have to handle this on your own. You dug this 8-inch grave, and I see you trying to crawl out the top, but my hand ain't long enough to reach out and help you. I'm not getting pulled down into that sinkhole. Shit. Girl, please, I'm a tranny. You don't like me, remember? You see that transphobia get you in trouble, don't it? Lord have mercy. Anyway, I love y'all. I'll be back in a few days. Ciao.